Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. I am shooting this video in my truck because it is so hard for me to get away, even just for 5 minutes, without someone having to ask me a question or stop me for something. So I'm going to try to make this quick video here. Being alone, that is the topic of today. I'm going to back up a little bit, and by back up a little bit, I'm going to say 8 years ago, 7.5 years ago, when I wanted to start my business, Big Sal's Feeder Farm, I had no money. I was legally disabled because of my back. I had back surgery when I was 25. It ended up messing me up more than it helped me, and I was pretty much down and out for about 2 years because of it. But when I wanted to start Big Sal's Feeder Farm, of course, I didn't start out with $100,000 in a building and vehicles and all that. I had nothing but 2 snakes. I snowballed that. I was able to get some more snakes, some more rats. I was breeding rats. But when I wanted to go from hobby breeding to business breeding, I understood I needed some money, and I didn't have any money. I had all my rats in tanks. I needed to build rat racks. I had no money for banners, business cards, nothing. I asked a lot of people to borrow money, and I even asked, I said I would pay back 30% interest on it. And, I was pretty much called stupid for offering to pay that much back. All said and done, my mom lent me $35. I bought 7 breeder rats, and I snowballed it from there. Every rat I produced, I sold. All the money I made from selling them, I bought more, I bred more, and I just kept snowballing it, Probably once every year or so, I had an opportunity to grow faster, and I needed more money than I had. And I would still reach out, and I was still offering 30%. And out of probably 30 people that I asked, I had, I'm trying to think, a total of 3 people lend me money. One person was almost a complete stranger, lent me $500, and I paid it back with 30% interest. One person was my dad. I borrowed $1,000. I paid it back at 30% interest. And another person was my uncle, who didn't charge me an interest. But I borrowed it, I paid it back, and I snowballed what I could. Thankfully, I've moved past borrowing or trying to borrow from friends and family. But like I said, in that very beginning, there was no help, As I began snowballing it, as I began getting repeat customers, I had more customers willing to help me with anything than actual family and friends that I've known my entire life. And you don't have to give money to help somebody. You don't have to lend money to help somebody. You could share a post, Facebook, social media, everybody's on it now. It doesn't cost anything to share somebody's post. I didn't even get that. A couple family members may have shared stuff on and off, but very, very little. Even till this day, when we have a birthday party for one of the kids or any kind of event that we try to throw, baby shower, for example, for Maddie, there was probably 8 to 10% of actually family and friends there that I've known my whole life. And the rest was customers and people that I've met through my business. It's insane. And, I have always felt alone in this. And most of the time it was true. I don't mean fully alone. Of course, I got my wife, I got my kids, I got employees, you know what I mean? But when it really boils down, you want that family support. Family support means the world, and it could change somebody's entire life. And it sucks when you don't have family support. Again, it's not always about the money. It's just about words of wisdom, sharing a post, just talking to them. If you're 20, 30 years older than somebody, you have words of wisdom for them. You can give them advice, even if you don't know anything about their line of work. but you don't always have that. Sometimes you have to do it alone. The beauty of it, if you really have to do it alone, it teaches you more and it builds character, because then down the line, when you are successful, the same people that never supported you might turn around and start asking you for your support. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I bought a change machine on eBay about a week ago, and I got it yesterday. Now, the machine counts change, sorts it. It'll even roll change. Now, there's multiple reasons that I bought the machine. One, me and my son like to go through pennies and go through change, looking for silver, looking for error coins, looking for older copper pennies that we save. Also, we have a store. We need change for the cash register. So sometimes I have to go to the bank, and buy a couple rolls of quarters, dimes, nickels, whatever, for the cash register. But, you know, you look at a Coinstar machine, they're charging 59 cents per transaction plus 12.9%. So if you put $100 in the machine worth of your change, they are keeping at the bare minimum of $13. That's what it's going to cost you. So I'm like, if I buy this machine, I could do the same service that Coinstar does, but I'll only charge people 5%. Plus that helps me that, you know, we got change for the cash register. We have change that me and my son can sort and go through. And it also saves whoever's dumping the change. It saves them 8% of their hard-earned money. So it's a win-win for everybody. So I make a post on Facebook. I actually made one like a week ago, made another one yesterday, and I made one this morning about 4 hours ago. And I put it, the very first words was, please share. Because I know that it doesn't cost any money to share. It doesn't even cost any time to share. If you're already looking at a post, one click, that's it. One click, you share the post, and you could have helped out 5, 10, 20 of your friends and family that normally would take their change to Coinstar. You helped them save 8% of however much they're dumping. And you helped us on multiple different levels, and you didn't have to do nothing but click a button that you were already there for. So I shared that post 4 hours ago. Currently, there's 3 shares on it. My wife and 2 others. Both of those other 2 people are people that I know from my business or from Reptiles. Not a family member, not a friend, strictly from work. And that blows my mind, because so many of my family members have their own business. So many of them share, and you're going to remember this. They share a post that says, you know, if you want to support your friend's small business, all you got to do is like and share their post, like and share their page. You don't have to spend no money. But the same people that are saying that and the same people that are sharing that won't even like their friend or their family's post or share it. How ridiculous is that we can't help each other with a simple share, right? So right before I made this video, I looked at a meme on Facebook and I thought, you know what, that's perfect for the video. I don't have it memorized, but I'm gonna post it here in a second. But it says, like, if we don't want each other to win and do good and support each other, we don't have no business being communicating with each other. And I agree with that. If you have people in your life that don't talk to you, don't support your business, don't like or share your posts, don't encourage you, you don't encourage them, if there's no positivity, there's no relationship. We should all want each other to do good and to succeed. And just because one person succeeds doesn't mean everybody else won't. That's the one, you know, the biggest misconception in the world is if somebody's making too much money, that there's not enough money for other people. And that's complete bullshit. Money is not like a pie. There's only so many slices to go around. Money is printed by a machine. It was created by man. It's something we make. There's not only so much of it. We can all build wealth and we can all do good, without hurting the next guy. And another thing, you don't have to put somebody else down to lift yourself up at the same time. If I have a friend that also breeds rats, I can support his business and support mine at the same time. And I think that's a big thing that sets me apart from other people that are feeder breeders, because a lot of feeder breeders, a lot of people in the hobby that I'm in are like, they're afraid to share their friends' pages and businesses and stuff like that because they're afraid it's going to hurt themselves. And that's far from the truth. But to me, it's just so silly that, I can't tell you how many hundreds of people that are on my Facebook page, between friends and family, people I went to school with, and how many of them, same people, own their own businesses, whether it's a brick and mortar store or, real estate or Avon or whatever. I will always try to like their page and share their posts as best as I can, or as much as I can. Even when their kids sell for school projects or soccer or anything like that, I even try to support them, because kids are nothing but young adults. The goal is for them to reach adulthood and be productive and positive and be good members of society. So anytime I see a kid doing anything, whether it's a business idea, whether they're selling something for school or anything like that, I always try to support them, because I understand how much support can mean to somebody. Thankfully I was already in my 20s, and I had already had a very tough life, of being alone, mostly based on my own decisions. So I was able to get through it, and I was able to build a business even having very, very minimal support. But these kids that are 8, 10, 12 years old, if you can't support them in anything, they're going to have a tough future. They're going to end up quitting whatever it is they want to do, because they do not have that family and friend support that they need. And that's not okay. And it's cool if you don't want to share my post. I know there's a lot of people that secretly hate me, even though they smile in my face and talk to me while we're in person. I know that a lot of people secretly hate me for whatever reason, whether it's because of who I voted for or because, I do have very strong opinions. I'm loud. I know that. And that's okay. But support the kids. If you see a kid with a business idea and they're doing something, give them all the support and the wisdom and the advice that you possibly can, because support is strong. Having a good support system is strong for anybody. I mean, so many people have died of drug overdoses, suicide, and all that because they did not have a support system. So when you see a kid in your family struggling with something, reach out and help them. It ain't gonna hurt you to give them 5 minutes of your time to help them and show them that they have some kind of support in their life. I say I had a tough life, and it was mostly based on my own decisions. I'm a high school dropout. I'm a drug addict, and I was in prison for 6 years from 18 to 24. I was smoking crack, and I was stealing from people. And when I say stealing from people, I was stealing from my family. There was one main family member that I stole from that has forgiven me since. I mean, he has forgiven me while I was still locked up. And my best friend when I was a kid, I also stole from him, and he has also forgiven me. So the only people that I truly hurt in my life, 20 plus years ago, they have forgiven me and support me to this day. It's the other people that throw me off, because if we're friends and we're family and this, that, and the other, why is it so hard to like a post or share a post just to say, hey, I got your back, I support you, I'll try to help you as much as I can. Even if it doesn't cost me $1 or a minute of my time, I'll still help you because we're family or we're friends. But there's not a lot of that going on. And it's so silly to me because, like I said, the people that share, it's free to support your family's small business are the same people that won't support their family's small business. But that's it. I just wanted to rant about that. Hopefully more people shared the post. If not, it is what it is. I'm still going to keep the change machine. I'm still going to use it daily because we buy a lot of change to sort. So I'm still going to use it for what I bought it for. But if I can help my customers, if I can help my friends, my families, or strangers by saving them 8% on their change, all the better. We can all help each other out, and it ain't going to hurt any of us. But if you don't want to support me, that's cool. Support the kids. Support the kids in your family. Support your friends' kids. Just support them. They are our future. One of these kids is going to be our president in so many years. One of these kids is going to be the bank manager at your local bank, or the grocery store manager, or, you know, they're going to own Uber or the next Amazon or something like that. They are our future. Sure, they're kids now, but they're going to grow. They're going to be adults one day. They're going to need that family support. Show them that you got their back. It's free.